Let's make lumpia! It's the Filipino version of a fried spring roll. This popular dish is always a hit at Filipino gatherings. Here are the ingredients we'll need. First, add 1 pound of ground pork to a large bowl. Next, finely chop 1 cup of carrots and add it to the mixing bowl. I like using a food processor for this. Next, finely chop 1 cup of onions. Then half a cup of parsley, 4 cloves of garlic, and 3 scallions. I throw everything into the food processor, but you can also chop it by hand. Next, add all of the chopped veggies into the mixing bowl. Then add 2 eggs to combine everything. Season with salt and pepper, and sometimes I like to add other flavorings. Mix everything really well, but don't overmix it. Now in a separate bowl, beat 2 eggs together. This will serve as the glue to hold the lumpia wrapper. I'm going to show you 2 different ways to roll the lumpia. The first way is to fill the entire length of the wrapper with meat. Take about 2 tablespoons of the filling and spread it evenly from side to side. Make sure you don't add too much filling so the lumpia can be small and crispy. Then, I use a cooking brush to spread the egg wash all over the lumpia wrapper while I'm rolling it. Keep doing this until you get to the end of the wrapper. Here it is again. Take about 2 tablespoons of the filling, then spread it evenly from one side of the spring roll wrapper to the other. Then brush some egg wash all over the spring roll wrapper while you're rolling it. As you roll the wrapper, make sure to keep it tight. This will make sure that it fries evenly and crispy. The other way to fold the lumpia is by keeping the filling in the middle. Notice how my wrapper now is more like a diamond shape? I use less of the filling and fold the sides inward to close off the edges of the lumpia. Again, brush the egg wash all over the spring roll wrapper to keep it in place. Some people only add the egg wash at the end of the wrapper, but I actually like putting the egg wash on the wrapper as I roll because I think it makes it crispier when we fry it. Here it is again. Use about 1.5 tablespoons of the filling and spread it evenly in the center of the spring roll wrapper. Now, as you roll the lumpia, fold the edges inward so that none of the meat is exposed. Then seal everything together with the egg wash and keep rolling. Here are some fun facts about lumpia. Did you know that it comes from the Chinese culture? When immigrants came from southern China, they brought many aspects of their cuisine. In fact, the Hokkien phrase Lumpiang means soft pastry. And perhaps originally, lumpia was soft. But over time in the Filipino culture, the recipe has evolved, and now it's a crispy, delicious spring roll. Also, there are many different types of lumpia. The one we're making today is Lumpia Shanghai, which is a crispy, meaty lumpia. Then there's also Lumpiang sariwa, which has a veggie filling with a soft crepe-like wrapper. Also, there's turon, which is considered to be a sweet lumpia. It's a plantain that's wrapped and fried in a spring roll wrapper. And there's so many more types of lumpia out there. When you're done wrapping all the lumpia, you can cut them into smaller pieces. I like cutting mine into fourths, so that they're about 2 to 3 inches big. Once they're all cut, this is the perfect time to put the lumpia in Ziploc bags so you can freeze them and eat them at a later time. It's always great having lumpia in the freezer. Next, fry the lumpia in 350-degree oil. Try not to overcrowd the pot. Fry them for about 5 minutes until they get golden brown. Then drain off any excess oil. And here's our lumpia with a side of sweet chili sauce. Let's taste our lumpia. The perfect lumpia should be crispy on the outside with a flavorful filling on the inside. And yes, I'm double dipping because this whole plate is mine. I'm sure if you make this lumpia recipe for your next gathering, it will definitely be a hit because these lumpia are so addicting. So, how do you make your lumpia? Tell me in the comments. Paalam!